if you are on hackthedino.com, you might want to jump over and join our Patreon, where, look, honestly, you don't get a lot, but you help us survive.
Way to sell it.
Well, I'm honest. Like, we only ask, like, $2.
Look,
you help us
give us a
keep
couple
the
of
mics
bucks.
on.
Yeah.
Or you can get a live ad like Townsy does and become a producer, where you can get an ad read out, or you can join in the quiz that
And
we're
Game Club.
And Game Club.
I mean, you
Game
can do
Club as
that
well.
anyway, but...
And Michael Towns has just said in the live chat, not quite yet. Harshmallow is going to be one I want to put time into, so it's lovely.
Aww.
Michael Towns, just remember, I have to write the story for that.
Oh, we're all in this new game too.
Don't
And
fuck
Dylan.
with this. Oh, cool.
It's Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair game.
Nah, it's
I'm calling it Adelaide Comic and Toy
It's
Fair
going to
game.
be Floppy Game 3 World War 3 edition.
So, if you'd like,
I call it Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair game.
if you have free fingers at the moment, just go to hackthedino.com and
Three fingers as in like available
free
fingers or
available.
just 3?
Or 3, you can type
Oh,
in
I
3.
thought you said 3.
Head on over, hackthedino.com. A nice little website will pop up. Bit outdated, but shut up. And just click on the subscribe things for all the things and tell your friends and tell your family. And basically, we need to grow some more. So if you could, tell some people about us. Share the place. Get us, like, we're on, I think, I'm not going to say how many subscribers, but we need more, please. So get your friends in. Tell them it's fine. Tell them to jump on in. Come back and visit the good ship Hack the Dino.
And
Am I
like
begging enough?
the more people we get in like the Discord, the more people we get in like the live chat, like that, the more fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, V to Z, is a huge Kirby fan.
Mm-hmm.
We're just talking about movies. Can you imagine a Kirby movie where Kirby just inhales people?
I think it would suck.
Human. Oh!
Nah, turn it into one of those really weird, like, Winnie the Pooh style horror movies where it's like real people with real bad, gross CGI.
Human style Kirby's. Oh, it'd be like the Ditto in the Detective Pikachu movie.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a Kirby, but make it a Kirby like one of those creepypasta creations with like jagged teeth and blood.
Jesus.
Like you think it's like this cute little marshmallow type thing, and it goes, and it's got like these vampire teeth and sucks in,
Or not.
slices you up.
God damn.
Kirby
Chainsaw mouth. Anyway,
Because once he wolfs you down, he becomes you by stealing your soul.
it's good to see I'm not the first one to think of that.
Then he'll go do your girlfriend.
Floppy.
Yes.
While Anto's singing a merry,
Merry
Ditty
little
about
jig.
Kirby.
yeah. Oh, Anto's jizzing about Kirby. What did you want to talk about
Well,
this time around?
we thought we'd have a little bit of a discussion. We've talked lots about what our first consoles were, our favourite games of all times, things like that. We've not really broached the subject too much on the systems and games that actually made us gamers, which is not necessarily going to be your first. Like, for me, it's not.
For me, it 100% is.
Yeah, I know. That's because you are the most predictable white bread of all.
Correct. Hello, yes. I choose Ryu in Street Fighter and Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat. I am vanilla. Look up vanilla. It is this bold prick right in front of you.
But so I thought we'd have a little chat, talk about the systems that actually got us gaming. What did you just read or see?
Michael Towns in the live chat just said Werner Herzog is great. I would like to suck. I'm going to stop doing impersonations.
No, because
Yeah,
Kirby
you
doesn't
really
have a
do.
voice. He just goes, Pow! a lot.
Anyway, what are you talking about?
We're talking about the systems that got us into gaming and the games that got us into gaming. Not necessarily the first ones we played, but the ones that made us go, yes, this is something that I really enjoy doing.
I think I've been through over the.
Well,
over
do
the
yours
many,
first,
many
because
years.
we'll all, I mean, it was Super Nintendo.
No.
No, it was the original Nintendo,
was the
and
original
it was
NES.
Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers. Yep, that got me in. I will say some of the other games that were high on my playlist were Time Lord, which is a really shit Milton
Time
Bradley
Lord.
game.
Time Lord.
Time Lord.
Don't
It's
know that
yeah,
one.
really bad game. I got it and was obsessed with it for some reason. DuckTales, which we know.
So who got you into the Nintendo? Who is it that? What
So
happened?
I had a friend who I watched The Wizard with actually, and that was the first time I played a video game. No, the first game I played was Space Invaders on a cocktail cabinet in a fish and chip store. when I
Yeah,
was
so
young.
that's what I mean. The first games we played is not necessarily going to be
No,
what
but that's
made
why I have a big affinity with arcade games because I sought them out. Then Super Mario Brothers on the NES was when I really desperately wanted one, and I've told the story numerous times. My parents weren't going to get me one because apparently I have an addictive personality.
They're like, we've got a bald, red, bearded kid. We're not going to.
I wasn't always bold.
Oh, I just assumed.
Yeah, so I ended up, I was having issues with my eyes. I couldn't see properly or something. I had a lazy eye. And they took me to the optometrist, and the optometrist went, yeah, he's got a lazy eye, needs to strengthen one of them. You might want to consider one of those Nintendo systems. And
Oh my god.
I went with my dad and jumped out of my chair and said, the doctor said I had to have one! So I got one, and it started from there. Donkey Kong Classics is another one that I played a lot, which is the original Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. But yeah, we're watching Time Lord now on the screen for the podcast.
So what do you do in this one?
You travel through time. Yeah, you travel through time and collect orbs to go to the next time. Like, it's a rubbish game. But it's
like that argument in Eric the Viking where they're like, what do you do as Vikings? Well, we rape and pillage, but what for? So we can afford to go out and do it again. And what do you do when you go out again? We rape and pillage. What for? So you can afford to go out and do it again.
But like in Time Lord, in order to get the orbs, you have to do real weird stuff. Like we just saw you collect a whole bunch of mushrooms and then you get it. And there's one point where you stand and an orb just comes down to you after like 10 seconds of standing still. Like it's a rubbish game. But Battletoads was another one. Of course, all the Mario Brothers games. I will quickly, however, touch on Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and a game before the Game Boy, a game called Gold Cliff, which was a handheld.
Game & Watch.
Game & Watch, yes. I played the crap out of that. And played it until it actually broke. And a couple of years ago, I managed to get a minty inbox replacement for it. This is Gold Cliff we can see on the screen right now. That got me into it. When that broke, my parents bought me a Game Boy, and the games I used to play on the Game Boy, like I played Hook a hell of a lot.
Oh, that was a terrible one, wasn't it?
It was, but I couldn't get over how great it was. I played Mortal Kombat a lot. I played Bomberman a lot. Basically, Nintendo I played. I did have a friend who used to live down the road from me who had a Master System too, so I played Alex Kidd a lot.
Because it was built into the system.
Basically, yeah, I think that's the only game he had. Apart from a shitty athletics one where you got a spoon, and if you got because you had to press B and A repeatedly in order to run, and the faster you press them, the
Sounds like California Games or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, and he just went. Brrrr.
And you just get a spoon, and you go like this and rock it backwards and forwards, and you got to run a lot faster.
You could do that with your fingers, though. You're doing the same.
No, it was
option.
no, it was faster with the spoon. It was easier on your fingers as well.
Weird.
Anyway, I'm old. Floppy.
Yes. All right. So I've told the story many times that I grew up with Dad's PC and I played my Sierra Adventure games and I loved those. That's not what made me a gamer, though. Like, I enjoyed that, and I have a huge part of my nostalgia brain connected to those. But as a teenager, going to a friend's place and playing Barbie on the PS1. No, the PS1 is what made me go, fuck, this is not just something that I'll do when I have spare time. I love doing this. And it was the PlayStation 1, not specifically the Barbie horse, although I do own that game.
I just found this is an hour and a half long video, which is just PlayStation 1 advertisements.
I have that game. I have the Barbie Race and Ride one. It's at home on my shelf. But yeah, I played the 3 games that sort of made me go, I really love this, and then led to all the other games that I do love. First one, Wipeout. The way we played via GameCube. Wipeout. It was my Mario Kart. It was my F-Zero. It was the game that I was like, fuck, racing is fast and cool. Not like the Indy 500 I'd played on the PC, which was slow and boring.
You got like
Just turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left. No, I played Wipeout. It had futuristic cars. It moved what appeared to be very fast. You had power-ups. It was the thing that I'd heard people talk about, this Mario Kart, because I'd never played Mario Kart at this point. Or a Nintendo. Oh, I think I played a Nintendo once at a friend's house. Played that. I played at a mate's house, Medal of Honor.
Yes.
Medal of Honor I played, and I don't do multiplayer stuff. We played the multiplayer of this, and I was the one that's like drove everyone to keep playing it. I was like, fuck, this is amazing. 4-player, it was 2-player Medal of Honor on a shitty little CRT screen. And then I borrowed it from him and played the campaign. And this was made by Steven Spielberg after making, I was about to say, fucking Forrest Gump.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. So the whole game each level started with a historical little mini documentary fact thing about the real life mission that it was based on. And like, this was just the coolest. At the time, I still do. I have quite a fondness for learning about that sort of era and things that happened around then. So I thought this was amazing. and then I could go through and play the campaigns, which I thought looked phenomenal. It was the best graphics I'd ever seen. So I did that, and then when I bought my own PlayStation, it came with Crash Bandicoot.
Hell yeah.
And Crash Bandicoot introduced me to 3D platformers.
Are you going to touch on Time Crisis at all?
I did play Time Crisis, but that was later.
Oh,
that
really?
was just something we did on the way home from work. Me and a friend would work at a rose picking factory. We picked and packed roses, and after work every day we walked past a Video Easy, and they had a Time Crisis machine, and we sat there every day after work and played Time Crisis, and it was great. But it's not what made me a gamer. That was the PlayStation 1. And it was those 3 games specifically that led me to buy mine, and then play all the other things, and then find games like the Resident Evil games, and find games like Metal Gear Solid and all that sort of jazz.
Cool. Well, I guess we better ask the youth now.
The youth.
The youth, yeah. So when you got your first gaming console, the PS4,
Yeah. Anto, hit us with the Sega talk.
Well, I was going to say, does Brayden want to go first?
I mean, mine does tie in quite a bit with Floppies, hilariously, because I grew up on the PlayStation 1.
because your dad had one.
Because my dad had one, 100%. And I've talked a bunch in the past about how the first gaming memory I can really remember is playing Star Wars Rebel Assault 2.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Love it. I don't know if it holds up, but I will go
It
back
doesn't.
to it one day. I doubt it does. But it also got me thinking, what other thing do I remember from my childhood of playing? And so I wanted to bring up this advertisement for the Vectrex.
The Vectrex.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Because
Whoa.
my grandparents had a Vectrex, which famously they sold for like dirt cheap. And oh man,
No,
they're worth
it
so
wasn't
much
just
money.
the Vectrex, Brayden. What was it?
It was every single Vectrex game, all the cards, everything kept in perfect, pristine condition because
All the
my
boxes.
grandparents take care of everything. And oh my god, it's horrifying to think of how much money that is.
It's only about, 3-4K.
But it wouldn't have been worth that when they sold it.
Oh, well, it
No,
would have
it
been
was-
worth more than what they got for it.
They sold it just after I met Brayden.
For like 40
Let me put
bucks.
it. It's
Yeah.
worth whatever it's worth to them.
Oh man, it's worth them having more storage space.
Yes.
But I remember playing the shit out of this thing because it was the only gaming thing at my grandparents'. So I played a shitload of the Vectrex.
You've played a console I've never touched.
Well, there you go. See, who's the youngling now?
Me, obviously.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, Vectrex, man. Like I grew up on this shit. I changed the cards out to make it fit the colors and everything. Classic.
Yeah,
Bad.
Vectrex was great.
Not great.
Truly classic as well. This is absolutely definition
Yeah.
of a classic system.
This is extremely out of my actual age bracket.
It's out of most of our age brackets. This was, I think,
Late 70s.
yeah.
Townsy's just said, I nearly got one for $100 many years ago, but a friend got there first. Was it Marcus? It was Marcus, wasn't it?
I
Marcus.
reckon it would have been James.
I like
in
Dylan. I like
James
Dylan's
Campbell
comment.
James?
Dylan in the chat says, "Man, if Ben had never seen that doctor, we'd probably never have this podcast.
Yeah, probably. It'd
So-
be coffee instead.
Blame him.
Yeah, it'd all be about coffee. We'd all be sitting here drinking coffee
No,
and talking
I
about what
would've-
beans we like.
I would have got into games regardless.
Yeah.
I was surrounded. I grew up in the 90s. I was surrounded by video games. There was no escaping.
You also grew up in the 80s.
Yeah, well, I was a youth in the 80s. In the 90s, I was a cool teen who wore double denim.
No, you were a teen.
Yo, Mindstorm kicked ass.
Mindstorm.
Oh, it was great.
Mindstorm was just asteroids, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
My turn then, I suppose.
Michael Towns says a dude named Matt beat him to it and he borrowed $100 from him earlier that day.
Brilliant.
Hope he gave it back to you, man.
Or the Vectrex.
Yeah.
All right, Anto.
So yeah, mine. I sort of. There's definitely a clear point where I was locked in and was like, okay, yeah, no, this is a fundamental part of my personality now. But there were definitely sort of stirrings, if you will, when I first played Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on the Mega Drive. That was like, holy shit, this is great. Oh, I want more of this. Dopamine, hell yeah. So I started out on the Mega Drive and the Master System because we sort of flicked between, having one available at Mum's house and one available at Dad's place. Then I had a Super Nintendo, and this probably says a lot about why my gaming tastes are the way they are. We only had 4 games: Donkey Kong Country 3, Link to the Past, Mega Man X, and Super Mario Kart.
That's all you need. Maybe a Street Fighter.
That's all banger. No shit.
Yeah.
I meant to
and
say all
then
killer no filler and lost it.
Banger, no clanger.
bangers, no clangers. Yeah, so like as a kid, I flicked between Mega Drive and Super Nintendo because it was what was current at the time when I was growing up. And then there's a very definite shift, and again a sort of a lock-in point when I got my first Game Boy and PlayStation. So when Pokemon hit and Final Fantasy VII dropped, that was where I was absolutely
And you've never played anything else
dedicated to that, like to this
hasn't
hobby
played
moving
Pokemon.
forwards. So Pokemon Blue was my first Pokemon game, and then I got Yellow because I was obsessed with Pikachu.
I got Blue and Red.
Oh,
No, I'm not bragging. I just because I told my parents in order to finish it, I needed both.
brilliant.
Man, your parents dumb.
Well, no, they're just very trusting of their innocent son.
I'd be like that to my dad and be like, stiff shit.
But yeah, so I'm not going to go into detail about why PlayStation was so important for me because I've done it so many times and I will do it again in the
But
future.
there must be more than just Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, there absolutely was. I've played, like Metal Gear Solid. I played Siphon Filter, Grandia.
Siphon Filter.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, that'd make a great film.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that I had as a kid, like Spyro the Dragon 2 was sort of a landmark sort of 3D platformer. I'm a big fan of Rayman, the first one specifically, because
I
again...
think the movie with Tom Cruise and...
No.
Oh, Rayman.
Rayman, not Rain Man.
Rayman.
And again, probably sort of shaped my gaming tastes, but the first Rayman game is a hard as nails 2D platformer that doesn't make a lot of sense. And then post PlayStation, GameCube was my next system. Dreamcast was my next system. Sorry. So Sonic Adventure 2, Grandia 2, a lot of hard-hitting games that I still play to this day. And then it was GameCube. And, probably similar to Ben.
When did you get this dream case that you've written in the run sheet?
The what now?
The dream case.
Where did the dream case come into it?
Oh, I must have spelled that wrong.
No, not must have.
Or
Definitely
someone
did.
changed it. But yeah, no. GameCube, Smash Melee, Mario Sunshine, Metroid Prime 1 and 2, WarioWare Inc. was a staple in my household for a very long time. But yeah, PlayStation and Game Boy were probably the systems that made me, if we're going to nail it down to one era.
This Smash Brothers was like ultimate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the story mission was so good.
It was also just held together with duct tape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the code for Melee is a mess.
Oh man, I just remember playing through the story mode.
Adventure mode and like
Adventure mode.
All-Star mode and stuff.
Yeah, and
yeah.
like you get up to the last level and everyone gets taken out, and then all of a sudden you hear this, and it's Sonic. And
Oh,
by that time,
that's Brawl.
Is that Brawl?
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
the Wii one. But still, same thing. It was great.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, great games.
Yeah. So that's my lock-in point was PlayStation and Game Boy to a degree.
Floppy changed it to Poop Station. Everyone, I just want you all to know.
and Game Sphere.
The Game Sphere.
Oh man, GameSphere is an awesome
Hell
name.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was
keeps
in-
rolling
was it
off the
Drake and
table
Josh?
though.
All right, so before we go on, that
What about
GameSphere-
Brayden?
Oh yeah, Brayden.
We had Brayden.
We had Brayden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just very, very quickly, there was a question I wanted to bring up to everyone, you guys and everyone in the chat, to help me decide.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Game.com
You mean a
collection.
Gamecom?
No, no, it's Gamecom.
Oh, whatever.
In all of their marketing and branding, it was Gamecom, not .com.
I don't care. It's Game.com to me. Anyway,
You
I
clearly
have
don't know video games.
well, that's why I'm on this show. I have every single console and game apart from 3 games for the Game.com.
So you don't have everything.
I said apart from. It's all encompassing. I was talking to King Kaiju about it,
Yes.
and I said, do I
Do I go for a complete set?
finish it? Do I actually get a complete set of a useless console?
Do you give a shit about the console itself?
Well, that's what King Kaiju said. Like, it has no real attachment to me besides the fact it was released on my birthday in 1996.
That's it. There was a lot of things that probably happened on that day.
But I've never completed a full set before. And I've got all the hard ones. It's just I need to order them from America when I have money.
That is a bad-looking Batman game.
You should see it, on the screen.
No, you can't see it on the screen clearly.
Oh, bring up the Resident Evil 2 one.
Oh,
Love
the Resident
that.
Evil 2
So,
port is
is your
awful.
question is, should you complete it for the sake of completing something?
Yeah.
Or should you complete something you actually care about?
Well, I never will because, what am I going to try and do? Get a full NES collection? No.
This is almost like the Platinum conversation we had with Anto a little while ago is, do you do it just for the sake of doing it, or do you actually care enough? Does completing this actually mean anything to you?
Is this going to bring you joy?
It would, because I'd know I would have finally completed a collection of something. Like even the smallest game library consoles, the Virtual Boy, and those games run up to like $600.
Hey, Ben,
Yo,
I'm going to answer this question for you.
what?
How much? So it would cost you a lot of money to finish this collection, right?
No, it won't.
Oh, won't?
Do it.
No, it would cost me like less than $200.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what would you rather finish, your Uncanny X-Men or this? Like, I mean, it sounds pretty easy.
Well, yeah, it's just funny because I was talking to King Kaiju about it, and he was saying very similar things. And then after about 15 minutes of talking to him about it, he was going, "Oh, would be a pretty quirky piece to your collection, and you do like quirky bits." And like by the end, I think I turned him around and like him going, "Yeah, maybe I want to," because he's got a boxgang.com as well. Yeah, anyway, so let us know in the comments below. Should I try and complete my game.com collection?
I think you should do it, because then you should find a collector who really wants the complete set and overcharge him the fuck for it.
No, I wouldn't overcharge.
Don't overcharge.
I would.
I'd charge what
Don't
it
be
was
that
worth.
guy.
How much I would charge what I'm looking for it.
It's cool that they did a like pixel art stop motion Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
I know. It's
And this
wild.
is sped up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of my
shit.
favorite bits of trivia about the Gamecom is there is a prototype car out there somewhere in the world with an unfinished port of Symphony of the Night for this system.
Wow, really?
I do not understand how they would have got that game to work on this in any way, shape, or form.
Well, we just saw Resident Evil 2. They get it by making it shit.
No, but like the screenshots of the copy of Symphony of the Night running on it, pixel art wise, looks almost identical to the PlayStation pixel art. I just cannot imagine it running at anything higher than like 2 frames a second.
All right. Jumping off of that conversation of completing a collection, if, and this is hypothetically, if you could theoretically finish a collection of a console that that would make you go like, fuck yes. Not like a Gamecom where you go, wow, I finished something. What did you finish? The Gamecom.
What's that?
Cool. If you could finish one that would just be like the bee's knees to you, what would it be?
I mean, it'd have to be the NES.
Yep.
It would have to be the NES. I've recently, Pixel Game Squad, which is a YouTube channel I watch, they recently finished their NES collection.
Wow.
Apart from Stadium events, because that's ridiculous and no one can actually have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got every
So it's not
single
finished?
one. Well, they said at the start, we're not going to try for Stadium events.
So they finished it to their level.
Yeah, minus that game.
Yep.
Because that game is worth, I think, what's the latest copy sold for? Like 30K?
I was going to say the most recent one I know of was somewhere like 27,000.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so
and
NES.
finding one.
So NES.
So NES, NES, close Game Boy. But
Are you
NES.
actively focusing on a console at the moment?
NES and Game Boy.
Okay. Anto.
And 64.
All of Nintendo.
Nintendo, I collect.
For me, it would be Dreamcast, which is probably surprising to you guys because of my Final Fantasy and RPG obsession.
With this conversation, just throw money out the window. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's theoretical.
You win the lottery and you can. It's now your job.
What would it be? What would your dream one to be to finish?
Yeah, for me, it would be Dreamcast. And the reason for that is just you would never, ever run out of anything just absolutely top tier to play, either single player or multiplayer.
It is a lot of. It
It's
is
a hell of a good system.
all bangers, no clangers.
I am of the opinion that anyone who had a Dreamcast when it was a relevant system was the happiest gamer you could be.
No, the happiest 2 weeks of anyone's life.
Because you, like, I'm just going to rattle off
They
games.
look cool.
It was so far ahead of its time. Like, it went up against the PlayStation 2, and the only reason it didn't survive was DVD playback. But game-wise, you had Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Sonic Adventure, Grandia 2, did I say Crazy Taxi already?
Yes.
Yep.
What was the other one?
Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark.
Seaman.
Shadow Man. Seaman. You had Street Fighter 3, Second Impact, Third Strike, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You have some of the greatest video games
Dino
ever
Crisis.
on that system. Dino Crisis 2. Like,
I want those.
you had some of the best ports of games, like some of the Resident Evil Code Veronica stuff came out on Dreamcast. It literally is one of the best systems that you can ever collect for because of the quality of games.
That's
Brayden?
very cool. Are you actively searching for anything in particular at the moment? Like, are you looking? If you see Dreamcast games right now, you're like, "Ooh,
If I see Dreamcast right now and I've got the money, absolutely, I'll just drop it without thinking.
Brayden, what's yours?
I'd probably go PS2 so I could build a house out of them. That's so many games.
Yeah.
So,
it
Floppy, you brought this up. You've obviously had a bit of time to think about
I
it.
had it. Well, it's something that I just thought about earlier today, to be honest. So, but money aside, if I could magically finish a collection, I would love to finish PS2.
Right.
It has a monumental amount of weird shit.
Are you going to keep chipping away at your PS2?
I will, but I'm not just buying things to fill a collection for them. So I'm not actually trying to complete PS2. I'm not actually trying to complete any console, to be honest. But hypothetically speaking, for the sake of the argument, for the sake of the conversation, if I could complete one of them, I think PS2 would be cool. It is humongous. There is so much trash on there, but it's the kind of trash that I find very amusing.
Imagine
good luck
putting
getting
all
them.
that in alphabetical order.
I have every one of my games in alphabetical order. How else do you fucking find a game?
You go searching.
No, you have them in alphabetical order.
But then
and
you remember, you go,
You
oh, that's
separate
right, I
it-
have that game. Oh, that's right, I have that game. Oh, maybe I'll play this game
No,
instead.
you separate it into series that you have, like you've done in your games room, where you've got Zelda on one shelf, so you just have to look through a little set.
No, they have to be
I know. I'm
in
alphabetical
alphabetical
too.
order in the platform.
Oh, Baroque is a great game.
But I picked up the other day for shovelware, Big Mother Truckers and Big Mother Truckers 2.
Yeah.
Thank you, King Kaiju.
All right.
But having said that, I have started buying ones for not to complete, but I've recently got a Sega Mega Drive.
Oh, yeah.
I have recently started picking up Mega Drive games and Dreamcast games.
Been picking up for $2 at an op shop because they thought it was a VHS.
That
I'm
was
so jealous of that
was
pickup.
one of them. I would love to find more like that, but I'm pretty sure that'll never happen again.
What'd you
That was
get?
a one and done.
Yes.
It was the I think it was the platinum release of Sonic and Knuckles you picked up.
Yes.
The platinum collection.
Yeah.
Nice.
Normally goes for like $80. Floppy found it for $2.
I found it for $2 because they had it marked as a VHS, and I was like, that doesn't I don't remember a Sonic and Knuckles. But then again, I don't know a lot about Sonic and Knuckles, so I was like, I don't remember that being a VHS. I opened it up and went, Mega Drive.
Yeah, I was over at yours last week or week before.
Yeah, last week.
and it's in pristine. Like the cart, it looks like it's never been used. The label on the cart is perfect, and the
book?
manual,
I don't think it's ever been opened.
it smells brand new.
You smell on my manuals?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go.
Well,
We still have 25 minutes to fill.
That's
we got heaps. Don't worry about that.
That's why I brought up another topic.
Amazing.
So, speaking of filling time, we have Game Club. Floppy, what's Game Club?
Game Club is a little club that we started to share and games that mean something to us that we would like the other folks in the club to experience and then hear what they think
If they remember to play it.
if they remember to play it.
So this week it was one of my picks, which was WWF No Mercy. Who played it?
I wish I did.
You should put your hand up because you played it.
Yes, I did play it. It was an excuse to crack it out. And
I really wanted to play this, and we talked about organising a time to come around and all play it,
And then we never talked about it again.
And then life happened.
Yeah.
And I literally haven't played fuck all games apart from a little bit of Fortnite and a little bit of Days Gone. Wow, that's wow.
That's what it looks like. Awesome, huh? I will say, if you want to play something very similar to WWF No Mercy, but want it on a modern system, check out the AEW game because it was
All Elite.
yeah. All Elite Wrestling. It's basically the same mechanics because Kenny Omega had a huge hand in deciding how this game felt, and he wanted it to feel like No Mercy, and it feels exactly like that. Have you ever played this before, Brayden?
I see. I have yonks ago,
I didn't know I got into this game.
a
Grandmaster
long
Sexay.
time ago. But I really want to actually give it a red hot crack now that I'm back into wrestling as well. I just think it'd be so much fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a great game.
I'd like to have a play.
What did you think, Anto? Because you played it.
So I remember seeing a lot of this played as a kid at friends' houses and stuff who had 64s. I don't recall ever playing it, so I never really learned how to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the thing that a lot of people do with systems and games that are old, and played it in a totally legal way with a backup of my own copy of the game.
Yes.
Wink.
A legal backup. Yes.
And I had fun with it, but I was honestly just button mashing, and I have no idea how or what was happening or why it happened, because I was sort of counting on us to get together and actually play this multiplayer, so I
and
could
you
learn
wouldn't
how
have
to play
a
it.
manual.
And I didn't have the manual.
No in-game
and
tutorials.
I made the decision to not look up how to play the game because I wanted to get together with everyone and play it.
I love that they all run exactly the same.
But for what it was, which is a dumb multiplayer wrestling game, it was an entertaining hour.
It's basically strikes, grapples,
Yeah.
and that's all it is. So
Yeah.
you have a button for grapple, and then you move the joystick and press another button in order to do different moves.
So-
and then when your meter powers up, you can hit your finisher.
See, I was playing with a DualSense instead of an N64 controller, so I had no idea.
So anytime I hear people talk about wrestling games, this one always comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was great, and it was
So
fundamental.
Okay,
So many.
so what made it great?
Create a wrestler for one.
Yeah, the Creator Wrestler was really good. So WrestleMania 2000 came out a couple of years before this. Very similar game, as did the WCW games. And if you look at WrestleMania 2000 and WCW versus NWO, they're basically the same games with skin swaps. They're both made by THQ. They were just... This one specifically was really solid. It also came out during the height of The Rock's popularity.
It's Apollo Creed doing in it.
That's not Apollo Creed, that's Farouk.
Oh, looked like Apollo Creed.
No, he wasn't there then. He would have probably been about 15 years old when this game came out.
What?
Apollo Creed.
What? Apollo Creed
Oh,
was
sorry.
a Rocky character from like the 80s.
Yeah, sorry, there's Apollo Crews I'm thinking of, which is a wrestler. Anyway, this game, I don't know, it was just, for its time, it was just a really tight game.
What made this game popular, and you'll probably agree with this was one of those games that you went to a video store, you rented it on the weekend, had
If
your
you
friends
could
over
find
for
it.
a sleepover,
Yeah.
you got Pizza Hut or whatever it was here,
Yeah, it
and you
was-
just had a multiplayer night.
King
So
Kaiju-
it's the Smash Brothers of wrestling games.
Before Smash came out, yeah.
King Kaiju and I used to spend many a night playing this. We, in fact, because back then we had our own backyard wrestling federation, and we made all of us in there, and like you could make yourself and then give yourself, like, I had Jericho's Walls of Jericho and the Lion Salt as some of my movements, and it was just cool being able to do that.
This was in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
And you were backyard wrestling and making... Yeah, cool, we were doing different things.
That's why I'm wholesome.
Just as much damage to your brain, though.
Yes, especially because I tried a moonsault once and I landed square on the top of my head.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that was fun. I used to be able to do them, though. I could do moonsaults.
Townsy, Apollo 13, Apollo 440. Stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. Good as Apollo 440.
Anyway, we will play this at some point.
Yes,
But
please. I'd love to.
Until next time, well, for next time, I should say, it's time to decide whose game we're playing now. So, I think we've got Anto. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so Anto. So 1, Brayden, 2. Me just got done.
Me
Zach
just got
done. I think it's Dylan. So 4.
Yep.
So a 4-sided die, or a normal one, as they call it.
That's a 6.
Number 4, we're playing a Dylan game.
Hey.
Oh,
Dylan the villain.
shit.
All right, so where is Dylan's?
There.
Where am I? How many's he got? Oh, 1, 2,
4.
3, 4 again.
Where's Dylan's?
So here we go. What game are we going to be playing? Number 1, which is
Escape
Escape Academy. Ooh.
Is that,
Ooh.
is that an Ape Escape game? Is that Ape Academy?
No.
Or is this a totally different thing?
Escape Academy
Escape
is
Academy, what is this?
escape room up puzzle game.
Oh.
I'll bring up a little bit of a trailer so you guys can see.
Escape Academy.
What's it on?
I've heard it's very good. It's on my list of like things I eventually. They just did a sequel.
Oh.
They just did a sequel, and it's apparently very good. Here we go. Here's a little launch trailer for Escape Academy.
So what did we say this was on?
Yeah, what system is this on?
That's an excellent question.
There's an A button, so I'm guessing it's Xbox and PC at least.
I'm guessing Game Pass?
I believe so.
This is kind of reminding me of like Trooperbrook and stuff that I played a few years ago.
It's reminding me of Blueprints.
Short game too, Dylan says.
That's even better. I do like a short game. Ah, there's a timer up the top there. I do not like timers and puzzles.
Well, it's an escape room game. So
I do not like that at all.
I do not like timers and puzzles. I do not like them, Sam. I am.
I have PTSD from the Ninja Turtles NES game. All right?
So I think everyone does. and I didn't even play it.
Really though? Oh, that game should be.
This
on
looks cool. All right, cool. I'm down. What do we play this on? Dylan?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. What is it on? Are we games passing it? Are we
If we're games
playing it in a
passing, I'll
browser?
source an Xbox or use my PC.
You use your PC.
Yeah, use my PC.
I don't really want to buy Games Pass again.
It's like $11 for a month.
Yeah.
You spend that's like one overpriced coffee.
Really overpriced coffee, jeez.
Yeah, I know, it's like 2 coffees.
I don't really pay for my coffee.
Thief.
Okay, so Xbox, PS4,
PS4
PC.
and
Okay.
PC.
All right, cool.
Cool. All right, I'll look into that. That's fine.
All right, what's the next
Escape
segment we
the
do?
killer.
Oh yeah, the video games. Do they know video games? It's time to do that. Let's crack on with that bad boy. I have 4 questions about video games. 3 from our beloved Patreon
Fucking left my son's
producers. Uh-oh.
I can now only see 3 amorphous blobs
Or-
on the screen and nothing in front of me.
Let me wear your glasses. You'll be blind and I'll be
Oh
blind.
god! And permanently disfigured.
You'll permanently damage your eyes, but go for it.
You could just like not look. That's something you could do.
Why do my
Oh.
glasses look better on you than on me?
It's floppy.
I can't
Everything
see
looks better
them.
on him. Come on, let's be. 4 questions, 4 multiple choice questions.
I can't see shit.
Now you know how I feel without them.
4 multiple choice, you know how it works. Anyway, after last round, Jazz is on 4, Zach's on 5, I'm on 8, Brayden's on 8, Floppy's on 11, and Anto is creaming everyone on 14. Are we ready, kids?
Aye,
Aye,
Captain.
I said, are we ready?
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Something and something and something is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
don't
Absorbent
know
and
the
yellow
word.
and porous is he.
That's what I said.
Floppy,
Yes.
say stop.
Stop.
Anto,
7.
it's 109 to 115.
Oh shit.
107.
114.
114?
Yep. 2 times 7.
Okay, cool.
Well.
I'll just look up the answer for that. Also, 114. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, okay, got that. Here we go. This popular puzzle game
Ooh.
appeared first.
Escape room.
So
I'm
Floppy's
joking.
out.
No, I'm joking.
Appeared first on computers in the early 1990s and later on an assortment of video game platforms. I reckon I may have known this had I not read the answer. It involved moving and directing hordes of mindless walking critters through mazes and hazardous landscapes. It usually had this title: A. Critters. B. Lemmings. C. Army Men. D. Amusement Park
Anto.
Tycoon. I hadn't finished.
Brayden.
So, Brayden, you get a free hit.
Lemmings.
Hell yeah!
I'd have got that
Yeah.
if I hadn't made a funny
I
joke.
knew it as soon as you said guiding critters.
Oh. Woo.
So it's a 9 for. Like, to be fair, like, Brayden needed it. Come on.
Oh, yeah, I needed that one. When Anto said it real early, I was very excited.
All right.
Getting
Here
a
we go.
little- Getting a little woozy.
Seriously, just take them off.
Yeah, you will.
No,
enjoy yourself.
I've committed to the bit now.
Oh no. Committed to the bit. You're going to need to borrow them. You'll message me tomorrow and be like,
No
"Hey, can I have your
depth
glasses?"
perception now.
Michael Towns
Thank
asks, when reporting on Kingdom Hearts 3 in China, images or footage containing Winnie the Pooh had to be edited out by media outlets. How did they go about this? Oh, A, by replacing Winnie the Pooh with a raving rabbit. B, by adding a large bear-shaped sensor bar placed over Winnie the Pooh. C, by lazily erasing Winnie the Pooh, leaving a big white smudge. Or B, by replacing Winnie the Pooh with a picture of an actual poo.
Floppy.
Yes, Floppy.
C.
Erasing Winnie the Pooh with a big white smudge?
Yeah.
You bet your ass.
My God.
I've seen it still.
Yeah.
It's shit.
It's so annoying.
Have we got? Can we find a picture of it?
I'm
Is-
finding it.
Thank you.
Some of you may recall that I made a little comment
We
about...
referenced this earlier in the episode.
see,
Yeah.
you never know. You never know when I'm going to slide something in
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay. Jeez.
there. with
That is amazing.
full consent.
That's so good.
No, I knew this. Floppy just beat me to it.
That's gold.
All right. Time for Dylan the Villains. Here we go. Do you remember the Gizmondo? Unlikely, but just in case, it was a handheld console that had a limited release in 2006. It flopped big time. 2 versions were released, one with ads and one without. The one with ads was $100 cheaper and reportedly used GPS technology so that the ads would be targeted based on your data. However, there was one flaw to these ads. What was it? A. They would happen way too frequently, ruining your experience. B. The GPS system was not working and thus would not update your location. C. The ads would freeze, requiring you to restart the console. Or D. The smart ads were never actually activated.
Anto.
Yes, Anto.
Ads were never activated.
Correct!
Wow,
You
really?
knew that.
Yep.
How did you know that?
I spent a lot of time watching a YouTube channel called, it's a terrible name, but it was a great channel, called The Gooch and the Douchebag.
Wow. Sounds like a breakfast radio station.
What year is it?
It's time for Gooch and the Douchebag. Here
That was
on
how they opened their show. It was We're the Gooch and the Douchebag.
Sunny 99.7. We've got here on the hits
I can't do it.
of the 70s, 80s, and 80s. Coming at you. Here's I'm Never Gonna Give You Up by Paula Asquith.
Yeah. But yeah, I spent a lot of time watching their channel when I was in my teens, and they did an episode on this quite extensively and affectionately referred to it as the Jizzmondo because it was so shit.
Dylan said here the ads were never activated, so the company went bankrupt, or as the company went bankrupt,
yeah.
so the users who paid full price pretty much got stiffed.
Yeah,
That's
it had
amazing.
like 4 or 5 launch games and was just an overproduced piece of shit that was too expensive. It was meant to be a media player, but to have like videos and music on it, you had to have a very specific format that was not popular.
Looking at that, you can see that and just go, yeah, that came out in the real early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
It just has that metallic aesthetic.
Yeah, this came out, I think, between the original DS and PSP launch and just faded into obscurity.
Cool. I've actually never heard of it. Michael Towns had, surprise.
Yo, but straight up, if those are shoulder buttons,
Yep.
they kind of look like they might feel all right.
I've actually held one.
They might be very satisfying to click down.
The only good part of this system is the shoulder buttons. The D-pad is ass.
It looks it.
And those face buttons have just got play, pause, and fast forward controls. So
Yeah,
there's
so if you're
it's
playing a
just
game,
pointless.
you hit the stop button, the game stops.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Incredible.
Wow, that looks shit.
I'm just going to look up how much we can buy a Gizmondo for. Servo says...
Holy shit.
That's for sale, not sold. Solds are about $100.
For people listening, that was about $400.
So there's someone trying to sell it in the United States for $2.5
The
grand.
no ad version.
Yeah, like these are pricey boys.
Didn't you say they're all no ad versions?
Well, technically, yeah.
Oh no, you can get one for $250 from the UK.
USB SD card.
Yeah, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was one of the.
My question:
first
why would
systems
you
to use
want
flash
one?
storage.
Because
Well,
Obscura
that's the
Media.
thing, right? Like, why would you?
Anyway,
It'd be like opening a nearly complete game
yeah.
console.
Dylan's just added as well. The creator was also linked to or part of the Swedish mafia.
excellent.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So it was a way to.
Black market meatballs and shit.
It's just, it was a bad time.
Speaking of bad times, the OG Xbox is what Sutek is looking at this week in his eBay challenge.
Oh, these are fun.
I like these.
And the best part of this is Sutek sent me a message halfway through the show. Said, whoops, here's my question. It's all good if you forget about it. And I just answered back, nope, doing it all during the show. So I did.
Nice.
So Sutek asks, the OG Xbox, which of these sealed games sold for the most?
Sealed.
A, Halo, Combat Evolved. B, The Elder Scrolls, Morrowind. C, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. D, Return of Carful Wolfenstein.
Floppy.
Yes, Floppy.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Incorrect.
Anto.
Yes, Anto.
Morrowind.
Correct.
Because it had a code in it.
I don't think so. I think it's just got a
It
lower
wouldn't be Halo,
production
'cause
run than the others.
There's
Yeah,
just a billion
I-
copies of Halo.
I was
everywhere.
thinking along those lines.
Yeah, lower
So-
production run, but also just huge game and really like annoying.
With 3 bids, Morrowind. That word, $225. 3 bids.
Damn.
Second was Grand Theft Auto 4 with 194. I don't know why he's giving me that. It wasn't part of the
It
option.
wasn't part of the question.
Oh well. Third, Lord of the Rings, $103 with 4 bids. And Halo, $69 with 3 bids.
Nice.
Nice.
That's it. That's the show.
That's what I would expect to pay for like Halo Anniversary Edition on Xbox One or like Master Chief Collection new now.
Hey, we got 5 minutes left. Can
Yeah.
we just scroll down a bit further? Can we have a quick update on our 2025 predictions?
All right, yeah, sure thing.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do that. All right, here
We're
we go.
halfway through.
All right, so
We're halfway through the year, so
there have been some that have
takes
been
time.
ticked or crossed.
Oh, shit, yeah, it's tax time.
So, 2025 predictions. My first one was the Switch 2 will release. Switch 2 release will happen in May or November. Bam, bam.
Bum, bum.
Anto, Elden Ring Night Rain releases before September, so you got that right, and sells less than Elden Ring proper due for reasons. Can elaborate if needed. So I gave you half a point there.
Yeah, because I don't know what the sales numbers are. Hey, Brayden.
I think it's safe to say that the sales numbers are not as good as Elden Ring. I don't think half though. I'll do some looking up.
The community's pretty big.
Elden Ring Night
Brayden's
Rain.
first pick was GTA 6 will not win Game of the Year.
Correct.
Hell yeah,
Did we
brother.
figure that out during the podcast?
Yeah, it was very, very well worded because it didn't say 2025 or 2026.
Just said it will not win.
And the most impressive one, I think, so far,
Because there was actual maths involved.
you actually thought about this. Switch 2 will release in June. Nailed it.
Oh, I gave them back. Ages ago. Oh, sorry. I had no idea where I put them. I could not see shit for like 5 minutes. What?
It's probably because they're so dirty.
And Zach said by the end of 2025, Blizzard will make the decision to either stop or greatly reduce the support and resources of OW2.
Overwatch 2. I don't think that's actually happened.
No, but
Well,
it's also...
he said by the end, so still
Oh,
half a
yeah,
year to go. So, yeah, we got Brayden and Floppy got a point. You got half a point.
You got a point.
Oh, no, this is round 2.
Oh.
So, second round.
So here we go. So far in the year, we're not at the end of the year, Anto.
Yeah.
Elden Ring Night Rain might fucking blow up even bigger than it is. Elden Ring is currently at 30 million.
Holy shit.
And Elden Ring Night Rain just cracked 3.5.
Ooh, okay. I mean, it's only been a month.
All right, so second round. I predicted a Switch 2 launch title will be Mario Kart 9.
Correct.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. Anto, Smash Ultimate Complete Edition for Switch 2 will be announced as a launch title. Sorry, buddy.
Yep.
Brayden, another year without any Bloodborne news. I think that got disproven
happened
on the night.
On the night.
Oh, that's the one that we did on the night.
on the
Yeah.
night, yep.
Floppy, PS5 Slim drops back to original launch price of $749 for this model.
You wrote it wrong. I meant to say went up $30.
It just got bumped up, I'm pretty sure. Again.
Goddamn.
And Zach said we will get an announcement of a new FF remake being either 8 or 9. I haven't given that a grade yet because we still
Mark
got
your
6
calendars,
months.
July 7th.
Really?
That's what I reckon.
So 3 days.
Yep, that's the actual date of the 25th anniversary of 9.
We'll see.
So I think it's going to happen.
All right, round 3. Microsoft will go full third party, releasing all of their titles on all platforms.
I mean, you're like 75% of the way there. Halo
Yeah,
hasn't made
you're
it
on
yet.
your way.
It could happen. It could happen. Anto, your third round, Halo Master Chief Collection for PS5 by the year's end.
Do I get a half point if we get the Halo Halo Master Combat
Anto, in your
Evolved
mic.
remake?
In your mic.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Completely forgot we were doing a podcast.
That's
Do
me
I
most
get
times.
half a point if just Halo Combat Evolved the remake comes to
We will
PS5?
discuss that at the end of the year. And see
Well,
how
no,
far
because
ahead I am.
you've said Halo Master Chief Collection. You
And-
you
well-
Yeah,
specified.
that's fair.
No, I'm happy to give you that because it's going to be next year for the anniversary.
Yeah, good point.
Brayden, we will finally see the return of the PlayStation Showcase and learn what... Hang on, move your cursor, Brayden. What new games PlayStation Studios devs are working on. I've said half a point. Because we certainly saw the return. Didn't see much else.
I mean, we got Ghost of Yotei. That's something.
But hang on. So is that not a full point though? We
Well,
will
I've only
see.
put half. I'm happy to go either way on that.
But what made you go half?
Because we did see the PlayStation Showcase return.
So that's a full point.
Yeah, but then... And learn what new PlayStation Studio devs are working on.
But did we not?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, actually,
Ghost
I
of
don't.
Yotei. Okay.
No,
Ghost
it
of
also no. There's no points here, and I know that's crazy for me to say about my own thing. It was not a PlayStation Showcase. We got a State of Play.
Oh!
Okay.
Showcase is their big
Yep.
crazy thing they did,
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
and they
I
haven't
don't
done
know.
in years.
Who knows?
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, well, it's still half a point.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
You could argue they showcased some stuff.
Floppy, Super Mario Odyssey 2 is a launch title for Switch 2. Close, but it's called Donkey Kong.
And it's not at launch.
Well, launch window.
Yeah.
And Zach, I will somehow win the host fantasy critic despite having no clue how to play. And
Can we just write no now?
I love the way Zach was so confident that he would somehow win, and he's doing the worst I have ever seen anyone ever do on that game. Sorry, Zach.
I've dropped. You've dropped into projected first
Have I?
for the one of them, I think.
The host one?
Yeah.
Is that because Death Stranding 2 just whooped everyone's butt?
Don't know how.
All right, final round for our serious picks. Halo will release on the Switch too. Big call from me.
I think it'll happen in some way or another.
I think it's next year.
Anto,
Hello.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy 16 launch on Xbox platforms before September.
Well, I've got half a point already because 16's already out on Xbox.
Oh.
And 7 Remake is confirmed for a launch on Xbox and Switch in Q4 of 2025.
Is that before September?
I don't know. I've got a month to find out. Or 2
Quarter
months.
4 is September,
September to
October,
December.
November, December.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
it has to release.
So you're on
before
you're on
September.
half a point at the moment.
Yeah.
Brayden, you don't know video games will improve and grow to a point where we have no reason to put where we have a reason. Freudian slip. We have reason to put more time into it. I'm going to say
Freudian clit.
no.
Nah, we're not there yet.
We'll see
here's
how
hope-
we are in 6 months.
Yeah, it's so for a big half of the next year.
Floppy, Silk Song releases but scores less than Hollow Knight on Metacritic. Who knows?
I mean,
Who knows what
honestly, like, that could go either way because the expectation now is so high for it that it could backfire.
Yeah. All right, you ready for our far out of left field picks?
Yes.
All right. Mine is a true PlayStation or Xbox handheld will be announced, digital only, molded on the Steam Deck. Fuck yeah!
Half a point.
Bullshit.
It's not a true
not
Xbox.
A true Xbox handheld.
It's an Asus with it. It's a fucking.
Sorry. Did I say it had to be a true Xbox handheld?
Yeah, you say a true PlayStation or Xbox handheld.
Xbox handheld.
Oh,
Half
fuck,
a
I
point.
did too. God damn it.
You didn't say an existing handheld
Oh,
with an
this is
Xbox
my
button on
left
it.
field pick, and you're half pointing me on my.
You're right. No.
Ben's. Hey, no. Well, actually, no. It is just announced. Ben gets half a point. Ben gets half a point.
What's just been announced?
As in, it got announced.
Yeah, the hardware was announced, but it's not developed. And
Oh,
manufactured
I would
by
say
Microsoft.
the hardware only half counts because it's not a
'Cause
true
it's an
Xbox.
Asus machine.
It's an Asus with
Yeah.
an Xbox button.
So half a point.
Yeah.
Half a point.
Fucking hate all you.
Make better guesses.
Okay, like this one. Xbox hardware division dies and Sega rises from the ashes to compete against their murderer Sony
Half-
with a new system.
Half a
Maybe
point.
Dreamcast
Xware hardware division's just died.
I mean, yeah, it kind of counts. Nah, it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count at all. Brayden, Ubisoft gets acquired, bought out. Yves Guillemot forcibly removed from the building.
Guillotined.
Man, I'd love to see that.
Oh man, I wish.
And Floppy, Xbox reveals its approach PlayStation to port first-party titles. PlayStation said no.
Not a point. We got Forza.
But I worded it so it doesn't matter which way it goes.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, that's your update. This is You Don't Know Video Games. Dudes, plug the stuff.
Dudes plug the stuff.
What's that?
All right, well, I'll plug my stuff to begin with. You can find me in person, in places. I'm still on Instagram for some reason. Hey, it's Anto. I have also recently discussed with the boys, i.e. these guys.
Not the comic book.
What?
The boys.
You guys.
Yep. Okay, I was making a joke.
I
About
got it, Floppy.
Thanks, Brayden.
I ignored it.
I don't read comics because I don't know where to start ever.
We've given you numerous jumping on points. You've got someone who works in a comic book store
And they're
and
all
someone who's
overwhelming.
read them since he was 8 years old.
They're
I-
all overwhelming.
I said I would just give you some.
I know, it's fine. I'll get round to it. But yeah, no, I've got a lot more free time on my hands at the moment outside of work. So yeah, it's not going to happen like within the next few days, but over the next week or two, I'm going to be figuring out regular streaming on the channel. It will be different days every week because my work roster changes week to week. But I'm going to try and do a release thing every Sunday with like the schedule for what I'm going to do that week, so you can see in advance what I'm going to do and what I'm going to be playing. And I'm going to actually like seriously commit to and try and sort of get this to be a very, very regular thing. Because yeah, we want to grow the channel, we want things to happen, and that's one of the ways that I can do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
Exciting.
yeah.
Woo.
Floppy.
Yo.
Plug her.
Plug her.
Whoa.
Plug a duck.
Not a chicken or a cow. You can jump over to Instagram at Floppy Plays Games, see all the things that I've purchased, things not always video games, yes. That is a funny little story. I vowed never to buy more Lego.
Funny story.
Funny story. I vowed not to buy more Lego. And then a couple of weeks ago, I was at Marion Shopping Centre. I thought, I'll go have a look at the Lego store because they've always got cool displays. I'm not buying any anyway. And I found myself staring at the Jaws set. And I noticed at that point in time, someone had sent me a notification to say, hey, did you know it is the 50th anniversary of Jaws in cinemas today? While I was standing in front of the Jaws Lego set. While I had just got a bonus from work that was the exact same amount of money as the Jaws Lego set. And I was like, well, I am not a God-fearing man. But
Planets are lying.
this is clearly a sign from the aliens that rule from above. So I bought a Jaws Lego set.
Hell yeah.
Little amendium onto that. When I was out with Brett playing Pokemon Go last weekend,
Yes.
Sarah was with us, who's,
Yep.
who's Brett's wife. And she wanted to go look at some Lego. So we went, all right, we'll come with you. Because
All right.
and we
Really
went to-
pulling your leg to go look at Lego.
Yeah, it was real.
What it
real-
was they made Sarah go to look at
No, she
Lego.
wanted to buy a Lego set, and so we went to Toy World and had a look. And she was looking at the Jaws one. She goes, "Oh, Floppy got that one. Maybe I should get it too." And then we went to the Maya Center and we were looking at all the Star Wars sets. And she had one in her hand. And she went, "Actually, no." And she put it back and she looked at us both dead in the eye and said, "See, boys, that's what restraint is."
And then she bought two.
And and then Brett and I just went, "That's what boring is."
And you know that a part of her inside died.
No. She ruled supreme over all of us. Like,
And then she went and let them have an ice cream.
clearly a better person than us. Clearly. Who's next for plugging stuff? Brayden.
Hello. Hi. Speaking of comics, you should go to Greenlight Comics in Adelaide if you're in Adelaide, and you should go to the website and have a look. We're probably going to be going through some massive system changes, but I'm not going to bore everyone with that. Instead, I'm going to get Floppy excited because, Floppy, did you see what is on the pre-order form this week?
No.
There is a new comic coming out.
Because I, on purpose, only look at what you send. Oh, God.
Oh no.
Coming out
You know what?
from...
I was sitting on my couch last night and I'd pulled I have a large collection of model kits that I eventually work through and do work on.
Glad
sometimes.
you finished that sentence.
Yes. I had Speed Racers Mach 5 on my lap going like, I think this is the next one I'm going to work on.
Nice.
For the listeners, Brayden has just showed me there's a Speed Racer comic coming.
New Speed Racer comic coming from Mad Cav Comics. Bit of fun.
Is it like a limited run series?
I'd be surprised if it went further than 5 or 6. But who knows? We'll see.
Is that just variant covers of the same issue?
Yes.
Okay, can I please have the second cover?
That one?
Yeah.
The fun
Mad
old
Cave.
school one?
Mad
Yeah.
Cave Comics are pretty good as well. They're currently running a talent hunt competition for
They are.
writers, artists, letterers, pencilers, all of the above. So you should check that out.
I can sharpen pencils real well.
Someone may have entered it today.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Exciting. And one other shout out for upcoming stuff. New Godzilla series is going on.
Kaiju
Oh,
note?
did you see Louis Joyce is drawing the Ninja Turtles comic?
Yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
too. That's in next month's
Looks
previews.
like Gundamzilla.
I need a copy of The Last Ronin to read.
Yeah, we could get that sorted. Absolutely.
I need to. I know the spoiler. I couldn't.
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
really?
Actually, work
I mean,
spoiled it for me.
It's been years.
It's been years, but still, work spoiled it for me. I didn't know until there was a game coming, a game announced, and at work, the picture had the bandana coloured.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, like not. But I don't blame. Well, I blame the person from whatever marketing department.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Yeah.
that was one of the most
Was it a game
fun...
or was it a toy? It was something.
Yeah, it would have
Comics
been
to-
no, it would have been the pop vinyl set.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway.
Brayden's selling so many comics right now.
Fuck yeah.
Townsy.
So Louis Joyce, who's an amazing Australian creator, is doing a TMNT comic, which is very much stylized like the most recent movie.
Yeah, it's great.
It looks
and Louis
awesome.
He also did the Godzilla / Rollerblade.
Skate or Die.
Yeah.
Which is all set in Australia.
And Louis is a great skateboarder as well.
And
which is-
Starship Godzilla coming out is written by Chris Gooch, who's also an amazing Australian creator. Has done some really cool stuff. So Australians out there crushing it.
Tell
Tom
me that's
Taylor still
not-
crushing it like always.
Gundam RX-78 colors.
It's good stuff.
It's not Gundam RX 78 colours.
Absolutely was.
What? The green?
No, the Godzilla.
I can't see because of the camera.
Anyway, Super Retro Squad. You can check me out. I go and find stuff, and I pay it with money, and I add it to my collection.
So
welcome.
excited about it too.
Oh, I'm so tired.
I
And then
have a
Mr. Benjamin.
message.
Oh, a message?
Before we finish,
Oh, yes.
just a message I want to get out there for our American audience.
Oh, okay. Yes, American audience.
Yeah.
Good
Sorry.
luck.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, not a sorry. Just remember to leave milk and cookies out tonight for Captain America when he comes to leave presents under your flag.
Oh, July 4th.
Because if you don't, your British overlords will come back.
I mean, at this point,
With
they're probably
Jeff
hoping for
Goldblum.
it.
Yeah.
With Jeff Goldblum
And
and
I
Will Smith.
would just like to say,
And Bill Pullman.
pool, man.
Pool.
Pool, man.
Man pool.
I don't know how to finish this show.
You
Nice
go like
pool?
this. Finito!